Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a Lunar New Year look featuring Colourpop's Mulan collection. I'm super excited to do this because I just think, minus the fact that the live action movie wasn't all that great, the makeup collection that they released was really, really wonderful. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I've actually already finished my base and my eyebrows, so all we're going to be doing for the rest of this video is eyeshadow, blush, and then lips. So keeping it kind of simple. And then because last week's video was really high-end luxury product focused, this time around I featured all drugstore price products. I'm going to use the NYX Pigment Primer first as my eyeshadow base, and I'm going to get these annoying 90s tendrils out of my face first. I was trying to do a bit of a 90s look to do a throwback back to the original Mulan movie, which was way better in my opinion. Comment down in the comment section below if you have any thoughts on that. Oop, I have a little bit of pilling here. So something I wanted to know as well is that by the time you see this video, the very first day of the new year will already have passed. But for Chinese people, we actually celebrate the new year over a span of 2 weeks. It's called the Spring Festival. And it finishes in a holiday called Yuan Xiaojie, and that's the one where it's kind of like you float a lot of Chinese paper lanterns up into the sky, and then you also eat something called tangyuan, which is like a rice ball with your family. So one of my actually favorite holidays. Okay, so featuring the Colourpop Disney Mulan palette. You can see I have definitely used this quite a bit, but I love the colors here, especially for Lunar New Year. I just think it really has those red gold tones, and I think that's kind of what I'm going to be focusing on today. First, I'm going to grab the color Fighter. This is a pretty light shade on the back of a crease brush. Just buffing this into the crease first to ensure that I have something layered down so that some of the darker shades really blend in nicely. If you are looking for drugstore pricing eyeshadows that are really good, I feel like you can't really go wrong with most of Colourpop's collections. Unfortunately, I think this Mulan collection is currently sold out. I don't know if they're going to restock it or not. But if they do, I'll post it on my Instagram for sure. So I just have a really nice base right now. And then I'm going to grab the color Strength. So it's kind of a warmer, deeper, warmer color. And I'm using the same brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that in here. I may actually want to go in with a different crease brush and blow out this color even more so it extends almost closer to my eyebrow. But we'll assess what we're doing here after I place this color down. And the other thing too is because I have my base makeup done, I'm really giving these brushes a good tap before I apply to my face, just because I want to make sure that I'm avoiding as much fallout as possible. Okay, I'm going to take a clean crease brush, and I'm just going to blow this out even more. I'm actually going to go back into this Fighter shade, this really light shade, and I'm really going to place that even higher. We can get a little bold on the new year, right? Just a teensy bit. I'm just going back and forth with windshield wiper motions. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, but I'm definitely resting my elbow on the table because I did an upper body workout yesterday and I feel like I can't lift my arms. So everything is just, every time I lift anything, it's like, yeah, all right. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit more of the color Strength. Oh, making sure that you can see. And I'm really taking my time blending this in. Don't need any harsh lines or anything like that. And again, using that previously clean brush, but it has Fighter now on it. Just blowing that back out again. And then I'm going to take...
And then?
And then... And then I'm going to take my... this is another crease brush, but it's more of that flat shape. So it's kind of more like this, whereas these were very much a circular shape. I'm going to take this and use the color Guiding Spirit. Flicking that off. And then really just lightly layering this on the outer third of my eye to deepen. Oh, Tyler. Okay, and same thing on the other eye. So you can kind of see that I added way more of that darker shade on my left eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back in with my blending crease brush and just help buff that out. So anytime you're playing with eyeshadow and you feel like you may or may not have placed too much color, you can always go back in with another brush, one of the lighter colors that you've been working on, and that really, and kind of just continue to buff that out and really soften that deeper shade. So there is a way to fix this if you feel like it's gotten a little bit too deep, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. And then once I feel like I'm happy with that, I'll just keep going back in and continuing to blend that deeper shade. I think one of the challenging things about eyeshadow too is that no one's face, I feel like, is perfectly symmetrical. So when you look forward, you just want to make sure that when you're looking forward, it looks the same and as even as possible. I will say that for me, I definitely do not have symmetrical eyes. My left eye is way bigger than my right eye. So just doing eyeshadow over time, I've kind of learned to place the colors where I want and then just kind of check myself every once in a while as I'm working and building on this and looking straight forward into my mirror to see, does it look even or no. And the other thing too is, like, it doesn't always have to be perfect, right? That's the fun thing about makeup, is it's art. You can do what you want with it. Okay, I'm going back into that color that only has Fighter on it and just kind of blending everything again. It's pretty seamless. Okay, and now we're going to lay our base color down. The color that I'm going to use is this shade Brave here, and I don't know if you can see that in, oop, wrong way. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's kind of got, it's not one of those metallic shades. It almost looks like a matte color, and then it has small tiny little glitter pigments in it, I guess you could say. But this color, these sorts of colors, I feel like if you try to pick it up with a brush and then apply it to your eye, you won't get the same effect with the little light catching, like, crystal glimmer thingies. So I tend to apply this shade or shades that are similar to this with my finger. So I am again going to take that shade Brave, just on the back of my finger here. I'm just gonna lightly tap it on my hand so that all of that extra powder, you can kind of see that already, right? All the extra powder that I'm afraid of that might cause fallout is really tapped off.
Back of your finger.
Did I say back of my finger again? Dang it. Take this on the front of my finger. Aye. I think there are some things that are just never going to change. Okay, and tapping that on. I love shades like this because I feel like you can use it in a very professional setting if you want, because it looks relatively matte until you just slightly turn your face and then you can kind of see the micro sparkles just come through. It's just really pretty. Catches the light really, really nicely. Same thing on the other eye. And I'm just using tapping motions to place, I'm not dragging or anything like that. And I'm pretty happy with how this looks right now, or in terms of just my lid. So we're now going to do eyeliner, liquid liner. This is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. Eye Booster water, I was gonna say watermelon. Eye Booster Waterproof. It's the 2-in-1 lash boosting eyeliner. Really, really good product. If you're looking for a drugstore priced eyeliner, you cannot go wrong with this. I think it's amazing. Now the question is whether or not I can do eyeliner on camera, because I don't think I've ever actually done this before. So here's a new adventure. All right, so I'm actually just gonna place my wing first. Just gonna place that line first. Okay. And then I'm gonna kind of squint and look really awkward as I drag this across. And then filling in. So if I feel like the tip of that wing is a little bit too thin, you can always go back in and just slightly thicken that back up. So, okay. And other eye. Now this is the tricky part, making sure that it matches. Okay, looking straight ahead. Okay, first line down. And I'm going about like halfway on this line and then just dragging a line halfway across my lid. And if you're nervous at all about applying eyeliner, one of the techniques that is really, really helpful actually is, I know it's gonna sound kind of strange, but you can inhale first and then exhale and then draw the line. There's something about doing that with your breathing that just steadies your hand down so that if you're trembling or anything like that, it'll help kind of just ease it a little bit. So, oh, got a little bit of eyeliner on my eyeshadow. I don't know if you can see that there. I will fix that in just a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my liner first. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back over that thin line, really thicken it up. Okay. Allegedly they're matching, but they're probably cousins more than twins. That's all right. Okay, so you can see that right here I have a little bit of a smudgy of that eyeliner, mostly because I have hooded eyes. Usually I wait for that line to dry before opening my eye, but I was too eager to like talk, so I didn't. big mistake. So I'm just going to grab, I think I'm going to grab the Brave color. So that's the color that I have all over my lid on the back of my ring finger again. And I'm just going to lightly cover that bad boy up now that my eyeliner has dried. And voila. Okay. See, mistakes can be fixed. Always. And when you're like me and you make mistakes, like, just happens, you know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and line my lower lash line with the Milani Stay Put Waterproof Eyeliner in Linked on Black. Okay, getting a little smoky here, just the way I like it. Okay, and then for lower lash line as well, I am going to add a bit more color along my lower lash line. So going back into the Colourpop palette, and I'm actually going to take the color Strength. This is a smudger brush. So just dipping that in, really tapping off that excess, making sure that I don't accidentally get fallout. And I'm just smudging along the lower lash line to just really help blow out this look. I may actually grab a little bit of that the deeper shade as well, Guiding Spirit. I'll probably deepen this as well with that shade. But for now, just taking this under my eye. Alright, taking a little bit of that deeper shade, Guiding Spirit. You know, I really have to say, like, using this collection makes me so happy because the original Mulan movie was honestly one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it was, I still watch it on a regular basis. I think my cousins and I can quote just about every single line in that movie. It just made such a huge impact on our lives. Just the idea that you could be ordinary but step up into such an important role was just really incredible for us to hear. And we all love Mushu, let's be honest. I think the live action movie really lacked a lot of that depth and a lot of the correct culture, I think, that represents like the Chinese culture. So that's why I when I use this collection, I think of the animated version. Even though this was released for the live action, I always, in my mind, I go back to like Mushu and Cricky and the grandmother, and just so good. Okay, so moving on to blush. I'm actually going to finish up my eyes after. I just want to move on to blush and lips first. So they came out with two different blushes. This one is, there's Matchmaker and Good Luck Charm. So Matchmaker is this really, really pretty kind of a nude pink blush, and then Good Luck Charm is I would probably describe it as more of a bronzy blush almost. They're really, really pretty. They do have a little bit of sparkle in them, which I will admit when I first saw this, I was like, ew, why is there sparkle in the blush? I don't know if I like that. But when you put it on your face, it's actually really pretty. It looks really, really nice, very, very flushed. And I'm actually going to mix both shades because I could not choose, when I was planning this look, I couldn't really decide which one I wanted to use, so I'm just gonna use both. And here we go. So I'm just placing this on the apples of my cheeks. Yeah. All right. Bringing some of that complexion forward, since we're kind of looking at a nude-ish eye. All right. And just tapping this on. It's so pretty. It just gives you like this gorgeous flush, and it's so nice. I feel like I'm already turning red because of like all the lights in here and like getting kind of hot and uncomfortable, but Yeah, we can go with it. Okay, so along with this blush application, I do feel like I've removed a little bit of my highlight. I feel like you can't see it as much in the camera. So I am going to quickly just go back into my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, which you can certainly do this as well if you choose. That's the thing too, right? As you build upon your products, you can always go back and visit steps if you want, build things as you see necessary. This is a really, really lovely highlight, especially for the price point. Man. All right. Okay. And now let's get to lips. So I am going to line my lips first with, this is the LA Girl Ultimate Lip Intense Stay Auto Liner in the color Nonstop Nude. And then we're going to be using the two of the lip products that they released in this collection. Okay, now that we're done with the lip line, we're going to go in with, I have the lipstick, and like, look at this packaging, isn't it pretty? It's so nice. This is in the color Mulan, and we're just going to apply a really, really light layer of this. Because this is a creme lipstick, it really tends to go on quite pigmented, so I like to apply these just in a tapping motion. I need to stop talking when I do this. I'm gonna stab myself in the teeth. Okay, and then I'm going to take the lip gloss in the color Phoenix. Super pretty as well. And I'm just going to tap this into the center of my lips. I feel like my lips are, they're so chapped right now. I need to use more lip balm. All right. And just using my finger to go back in and tap to really blend everything together. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish eyes. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take this Be Swift glitter shadow, and I'm gonna go ahead and tap this onto my eye. So with glitter shadows like this, I tend to also use my finger. You can see that that's so pretty. And I'm just going to put it on the center really carefully, just tapping this on. And I don't want too much, but I just want a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of like, ooh, what's going on there? Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to apply mascara, and I will be right back. And then one of the things that I am going to do is I'm going to apply an inner corner highlight. I don't think really any of the shades in here are going to be able to really give me that, because the light shade in here is a little bit more of a glitter shade, and I don't want glitter that close to my eye, just for safety purposes. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take the Essence Pure Nude highlighter that I have on my face right now, and I take this on the back of a small brush. And apply that into the inner corner to just brighten everything. Just so I look slightly more awake than I am currently feeling at this moment. This really is a lovely highlight. It's so good. And I'm just lightly blending it in as well because I want it to blend in with that the shade all over my lid. Okay. I'm going to set down my face and then we are done. Taking Physicians Formula's brand new Butter Believe It Skin Mist. That pretty much completes this look. I hope you had a great time following along with me and doing a fun eyeshadow look that's appropriate for the new year. And so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe to our channel and I will see you next time. Bye. Did you zoom in right when I made a mistake? I accidentally overlined quite a bit.
You're a Kardashian.
And is that even? Does that look even to you? That does not look even.
No. Right side's a bit bigger.
Whoops. So, start sweating here. Alright. It's just an art, you guys. It's not an exam. Oh, God, that's wrong again. Yeah. Stop.